I'm living the dream, baby. Oh, yeah.
Because under every husband, father, and even grandpa's, there is a macho man beast that needs to be unleashed. Long are the days when our video game rental heroes, Chuck Norris, Van Damme, Stallone, Seagal, and Arnold, were kings of the scene. Long are the days when the WWF ruled the world. Do you crave action and satisfaction? Well, I got your medicine, brother. It's Macho time, baby. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello humans, and thank you for joining me in another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash the like button. Now, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode...
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Today, the world's most macho games, that's right, Gears of War. I played the whole series, well, almost all of it except for Tactics and, the mainline Gears of War. And wow, what a ride, I think the way I played it was great, and first let me give you a little bit of background. When these games came out, I can only watch my son play them a little bit. I tried to play them a little bit myself. Believe it or not, they were too complicated for me at the time. But it's mostly because I was working, I had long shifts. And when I'm telling you long shifts, now, I'm not kidding you guys. I would work, sometimes I would work 18 hours on one day and I would work 3 days and off one day, stuff like that. But I was always tired. Anyway, so I didn't get a chance to play these games. And as the years went on, as time went on with the Xbox 360, look at that shirt! Look at that shirt! As time went on, and I changed jobs, I still didn't have enough time to play them. So it's been awesome to go back, almost travel in time to enjoy these games. Now, what did I do? First, I played 5, right? I played 5 on the Xbox Game Pass, and, it was different. It was different than what I remember, right? And it took me a while to get adjusted. Like I've said before, I've never been really great at first-person shooters per se, especially online play. But I enjoy playing campaigns, especially story-driven campaigns. I find it really enjoyable. It's like watching a movie to me. I'd rather do that than watch a movie. But I played 5 first and finished it, right? So after I did that, I thought, man, I should go back and play. And I have them, right? I have all the original games that I went back in time and got to play them, but I never finished them. I played a little bit of 1, a little bit of 2, 3, just a little, whatever I got to try, but I never sat down and played them. So what I did this past week, and one of the reasons I haven't been active is because I've been playing all the games, completing all the games, right? And I just finished 4. An alarm. An alarm goes off right in the middle of the video. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I started with 5, and then I just finished up with 4. So I went backwards. I went, well, out of order. I did 5, then I went back to 1, which I'd never finished. Right? I got stuck a couple of times. I just couldn't get it, and finally I learned the system, how to play, how to use buttons correctly. Grandpa. Anyway. So I finished the game, right? And it drew me in. And I remember what I liked about the series. The series was different. It reminded me, if there was an old arcade game I used to play, which was POW. It was a beat 'em up, but it was war-driven with soldiers, you know, and it had attitude, you know, and you could hear the kicks, you could hear the punches, you know, and the guys would scream and yell and fall back, and it was a pretty cool game back in the day. But when I was envisioning in my mind is something like this, right, and the characters is really what drives the story, you know. Marcus Phoenix is the man, right? But for me, the real MVP is Coltrane, baby. Woo! Coltrane is the man. He's the one that carries this thing from beginning to end. I just like the voice acting in the series in general, right? I gotta say 3 for me was probably the most enjoyable one, and I'm most fondest of 1, right? And the reason is because I knew when these games came out, especially 1, I had no chance in hell of owning this game. I could just look at it from afar. It was beyond our means when it first came out, and I always wanted to play it, but I never did. And there was an instance, right, because you reminisce and you travel through time, man, and there was an instance where there was a death, and I don't want to spoil it for you, right, because maybe, I don't know who, but maybe somebody hasn't played it, but in 3, there's an instance where there's an incident, somebody dies, and they start playing Mad World, which was a song on the promo. Man, and it just took me back. I mean, it took me back to that period of time when 3 came out, and my kids were in high school, man. And it got full of nostalgia, man. Like, I had to take a knee. Because it just rushed all back. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to be doing at that time, and I couldn't. It was one of the biggest frustrations for me, is putting away that hobby. Like, this is the one thing that I love to do, right? Like, more than anything, guys. Like, more than any other hobby, this is what I enjoy doing in my free time. And in those days, I just couldn't do it, right? For many reasons, I couldn't do it. And I remember the frustrations of the day. But it also came to me how much I miss my kiddos, right? And I miss being a dad and having them around, right? And it's weird now. It's weird seeing them as adults, you know, and having their own households. And yeah, you feel proud as a dad, but there's that little part of you which, you know, always is gonna miss your kids, right? So it was pretty emotional for me, I gotta say, but enjoyable, right? Enjoyable. This is why we play games, to have experiences, right? And what do I love about this game? Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of why I like this game. This game is not PC, none of this, you know, unfortunately, I don't like the environment that gaming is now. And it's very hard for me to stay positive and not comment on everything that's going on. And I want to all the time, but I just don't want my channel to go in that direction. But this is a time where, you know, you have those, you know, the creative juices from the writers. This is epic games at their best, when they're just writing without thinking about consequence or what anybody else thinks. And that's how the games were developed for a time, especially the first 3. And you can really see the machismo come out of these guys, you know, the alpha males and the jokester, and how men have to face up to challenges and stuff like that, because there's things that, you know, us guys like to do and identify with and get stress relief out of stuff, right? Sometimes we like breaking things and banging things, and that's not exclusively to men, but this is an activity, for example, that you would do, I don't know, with your son, with your buddies, whatever, play these games, smash up some aliens, you know, whatever the game that you're playing. But these are things that we like to do, and these are the archetypes that we admired as young kids, and to see them, right, and to see them embodied in some sort of way on the screen, besides the action heroes that we used to have, because even that, you know, there's a hole in that. The reason I created this series, because there's a hole where these, you know, the new heroes are sensitive, you know, and sometimes sometimes you just gotta get shit done, you know what I'm saying? There's no time to be sensitive. We can be sensitive after you're done with the job. But when you're in the middle of the job, you have to complete it. You can't sit down and you know, think about how sad you are about you have to kill all these aliens, and do the aliens have families, and do aliens have rights? Nobody does that. There's no alien SJWs, right? There might be now. Who the hell knows, right? But nobody's concerned about the rights of aliens, right? And how these horrible things that you do to them. And it's just a physical release. It's just a stress relief. But behind that, in these games in particular, there's a good story. In the first 3, there's a great story to be told. In 4, you know, there's the evolution as the guy is getting older, you know, and it was nice to see, more than anything, guys. For me, it was nice to see Phoenix get older and get the gray hair, because now I'm identifying, right? We're right here. Marcus and I, we're right here. We're killing aliens. And we're getting old, we're getting the gray. And it reminds me the trajectory, right, that I've been in gaming and how long it's been, right? And to watch the character that you've been playing age with you is a very, very cool thing, let me tell you. So I had a ton of fun, man. These games are great. For me, I think for people of my generation, they might get to enjoy them. If you can play the games in a row, you know, even the games that people will say, you know, they're not as great, you know, say Judgment or whatever. When you follow the whole series and you see it evolve, because things can't stay the same, right? Things have to change. But you're able to see a game pre-DLC, post-DLC, the beginnings of DLC, and the game mechanics, how they try to change it a little bit, but then you saw, you know, that didn't work. Let's go. Let's get back to basics. Yeah. So you know, you admire it as a whole body of work, right? As an adventure. It was great, man. And having Phoenix there from beginning to end, and showing his grit and that part of male personalities, you know, of guys that maybe had hard lives, but they just got to get stuff done. You know, some people identify with that. Some people identify with Coltrane. Coltrane is the coolest. I'm telling you, he's the MVP. This guy embodies the guy that no matter what the situation, he's gonna make light of it and stay positive, right? You know, he's in it to win it, you know. And I like how they went back in his storyline, and you know how he's playing football and he was part of the Thrashers and all that. I mean, it was a great story for me, guys. It was a great experience, and I'm really glad that I went to go back and play all these games, you know. And I'm in for the next one. Am I going to experience the same thing as I did with these? No, but I think playing these in a row is a great experience. At least play 1 through 3 and even Judgment, just so you can pound yourself in the face trying to figure something new out. If you haven't played them, especially on the Xbox One, because you can go back now, guys. I played these on the Game Pass, and what a great value, man. I mean, I am squeezing every little cent out of my Game Pass membership, and I'm having a great time. I'm having a ball, and I wanted to share that with you. You know, just tell you what I experienced with these games. Are they the best games ever? No, but they're great experiences, right? They're great experiences, unique to everybody. This is how I experience them. You might have a completely different experience, but that's neither here nor there. We share journeys in gaming that are sometimes similar, sometimes different, but when we talk about them, we can share different perspectives and maybe get something new out of an old game. All right, humans, that was one of the world's most machoest games. And whenever I find another one, I'll upload another video and we can talk about it and I can flex on you. Check that out. One thing I gotta say, guys, about the Xbox gear, old school gear is better than new school gear. Hands down. Hands down. Don't even... No. Check this out. I'm gonna hit you out with an Xbox Live. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and remember, never be afraid to be happy. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.